Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today we're playing Mono Blue Tempo in Diamond Wilds of Eldraine Standard, trying out the Sleep Cursed Fairy. 1 mana 3/3, Flying Ward 2, it enters the battlefield tapped with 3 stun counters on it. You can pay 2 to untap it, or remove a stun counter on it if it still has stun counters on it. Interesting option to potentially replace the Delver of Secrets. There are some scenarios where it's better and some where it's worse. It does take a long time to untap. You're not attacking with this for many turns, and I find it pretty rare to pay 2 to remove a stun counter early, as often on 2 you're going to be looking to counter their 2 or 3 drop, or just draw into your lands so you can curve out into the Djinn, or try to hit your protection spell for the Djinn. So I did not find myself untapping it early. Some advantages over the Delver: does not die to cut down immediately. In fact, nobody ever wants to target this because Ward 2 is such an expensive price to pay to target someone's 1-drop. This thing will stay on the battlefield basically the entire game, so that's nice. Can also be used as fodder for Make Disappear. You can casualty it to get the extra effective copy of Make Disappear. And then one more advantage, or at least nice thing about it, is that late game, if you have extra mana sitting around, you can attack with this, and then on your opponent's turn, pay 2 to untap it and block back against a mono red or mono white opponent. This means you can race a little bit more effectively versus the Delver just getting in there and leaving no blockers back. So that's some interesting things with the Fairy. We'll try it out. I don't even think the Delver necessarily makes the best mono blue deck anyway. I think it's really just all about getting the Djinn down and protecting it, and the Terror kind of stabilizes against the aggro decks that want to be low to the ground. So I don't know if you need this at all, but we're going to try it out today. The other card I do want to try is the Iron Crag. It's not an instant, it's not a sorcery, doesn't play well with any of those synergies or mechanics, but what it does allow you to do is ramp a turn early into Djinn. So now instead of going turn 4, play the Djinn, 1 mana open to protect it, you can now go Iron Crag on 2 and turn 3 drop the Djinn, and then still have a mana open to protect it. That sounds pretty nasty. It's already devastating enough when the opponent pulls it off on turn 4, and so to see that happen on turn 3 and have all your draw spells get cheaper a turn earlier does seem pretty dangerous. I don't feel the need to run more than 1, but I'm certainly willing to try that out because that sounds pretty nasty. Rest of the deck pretty standard. We got a 1 of March's Swirly Mist and 1 of Flow of Knowledge for that little bit of push in the late game. And yeah, that's it. If you want to see me answer your burning questions and comments, watch to the whole end of the video. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the play, we'll keep this. Bob Zoo. Fairy on 1. All right. Hold Moment of Truth. Maybe an Essence Scatter. Harvester. I guess you can counter that. Okay, we prefer to Thirst this turn. See if it's the Trespasser. It's an underdog. Maybe you let this one go. And Thirst instead. Nice. No protection for the Djinn yet. Another Fairy instead. I think you just drop the Fairy. Hold Essence Scatter for Sheldred. Otherwise, Moment of Truth for the Djinn. Let him swing for 3. Trespasser's annoying, but I think it's maybe more important to just get the Djinn going. This thing does remove things from the graveyard every turn, which is tough. Does not attack well into the Djinn, though. Okay, I think I'd rather Moment of Truth. Yep. Okay, let's see if we can get a protection spell. No. We could take the Consider right now. A little bit greedy. Graveyard. Let's try again. No. I might take this anyway. I think ideally, you still go get more protection spells. Moment of Truth is cheap. We can't do that and the Djinn anyway. Ideally want to hit land. I think we'll take the Thirst here. You actually want the land. Essence Scatter isn't bad for Sheldred. We like the protection spells. Maybe the Terror goes here. Something like that. I think that's reasonable. Okay. Should we trade this off? I think we try to trade this off with the Trespasser here. Let the Djinn do the Djinn stuff. Just you. Okay. That's okay. We'll take 3. No blocks. No land Sheldred. That's alright with me. Flip to Nightside, hold up on a lot of mana. We do have double Fading Hopes and the backup Jin. None of this is awful. We don't block the Glutton very well, though. We take a double spell to flip, which we're not really going to get here. Okay, it seems like we're not blocking with the fairy. So we'll get in there. Alright, this means we do double spell here, which flips the Glutton back. Consider, don't particularly need. Flip to Dayside. We eat a whole bunch this turn. I think it all just happens. We do not have Essence Scatter for Sheldred. They seem to be bottlenecked on mana though. Cast a spell so it's not nighttime. Make Disappear isn't bad. 4 Toughness Creature isn't bad. We're low enough, I think you're holding back blockers here. There's Sheldred, you just scatter that. That's what we've been holding on for. For sure, 1 free block. We're about to swing back for a lot of damage, though. I think if they tap out to play the next underdog, they probably just lose. So I think this is okay. More land. And I think we're good to get in here with everyone. Scoop. Nice. Whew. 1 lander, basically unacceptable. 2 lander, slightly better. Keep this. Probably don't need the Fae. Just keep everything else. Try to just draw aggressively into better answers. Mono red, no 1-drop though. I like that. Maybe we can consider for land here. Let's see if we have time. Rakdos. Adversary. Bouncing you is so-so. Could scry into land, though. I don't think it's that awful. Not land. Put you on the bottom. Is land. Great. And we don't have any protection for Jin. We'll see how much removal they have for Jin, though. What are we doing with black? Are they just vampires? Ooh. Choose a non-land card from it. Goodbye, Jin. That's annoying as heck. We do get to Thirst here, though. And could even do it now. Do you need to counter their Sheldred? I guess the answer is yes. Okay. So we're just going to hope we hit land, then. Does that require the counter? I think so. It's pretty bad. The problem is they can adversary and get back the Fugue. They can't cleave it, though. A non-land card. Mana value 2 or less. We'd prefer not to have stuff mana value 2 or less. If we're going to consider, though, we might as well do that first. Don't need more land. Fading Hope's okay. Yeah, let's counter this. Fairy. I guess you want to hit land here. We run into the next Jin. This is fairly unfortunate. Well, we'll see if they hit their 5th land. That's a lot to ask. I think I'll keep the resources around. And I'll tap out for you. And let's pray they don't hit their 5th land. That's a lot to ask for in this aggro deck. The worst they can do is take the Fading Hope, though, I think. Okay. Not that bad. Thrill Seeker. Sack this creature to damage equal to its power to any target. Alright. So we got 3/3 of damage that can come down any time. Definitely playing you. I think we'll play out the island too. Okay, so Jin can't block the Swift Spear. Unless you want to bounce it. I think you just let this all go. Yes, 4 damage hurts. But we could get really far ahead this turn. And I prefer not to Fading Hope the Jin right now. So let's eat it. No blocks. This thing can't be sacked to deal an extra 3 though, which is kind of scary. Alright, they don't do any lightning strikes, no play with fires. That's it. Ooh, do we go for the thirst with open mana? No, we can't. We can't do it. Alright. Flow of Knowledge is big. I think thirst is even better though. Just give us some more interaction here. Alright, so they do have that. So we are going to attempt to bounce in response. They use both black sources though. So they have to have double play with fire to get the rest of the way. Which they don't. Kind of the creature spell, I don't know that we're doing that this turn. We're about to draw a bunch. We're about to draw 3. We kind of want more interaction for the board state, I think. So having the counter for the adversary wouldn't have been bad. Okay, Terror is amazing here. Terror's pretty good, I think. A Djinn and a Terror. And a Thirst, maybe? That brings the Terror down to 1, but that's kind of useless. I mean, Flow of Knowledge isn't that much better than Thirst, is it? So maybe it's like that instead. Alright, there's a cheap 5/5. That's always pretty good against mono red. They can always sack the Thrill Seeker though, if you block on the Swift Sphere, for example. So I think we're blocking the Thrill Seeker this turn. They get in there. Yeah, we're gonna block the Thrill Seeker this time. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll block the Thrill Seeker. If they want to expend all their resources on the Terror, that's fine. We got the next Djinn and Thirst ready to go. Lightning Strike, paid the ward too. It's okay. It's a lot of resources. They're gonna hit that 5th land eventually and flashback Infernal Grasp, which is gonna be pretty annoying, I would say. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen at some point. And that might be this turn. They might go land, Bloodthirsty Adversary. They do, okay. So get to Infernal Grasp the thing, and we'll take our Thirst still. That's just how it is. Yep. Okay, not amazing. All right. Getting scary time. 3/3 blocks for a little while. Banning land is okay. Hold Fading Hope is okay. Land is not bad. So you could instead bin, what, the Make Disappear? And the Fairy? Hold Negate? I think that's interesting. No attacks, we're at 8. Archfiend, we got rid of Make Disappear. Okay. We can always bounce that at some point. Doesn't need to be yet, though. There's the counter on the way back down. Alright. I think you just sit here another minute. Hasty Underdog. That's interesting. They just want to draw extra cards every turn. Okay. And Kumano. Yeah, they're going for broke here. I guess he'll negate that because we don't have a better target right now. Here comes the Force. Just you guys. Alright. Bounce you. They now have a way to draw every turn, which is not great. They're down to 14, though. That means they can play the draws through the Make Disappear, unless we casualty it. Land is not it. What happens if you attack here instead? I think chances of winning are dwindling rapidly. That means they would have to have the Underdog plus a 2-mana instant or sorcery, which is totally possible, but I guess we could counter that. I think we push. I think we're going to lose if we don't push. Chump. Okay, great. Okay, doing the best we can. I think we untap the Fairy to block too, can't we? Do you have to counter that? I think yes, which means you lose the fairy. Let's see if they are gutsy enough to attack. They are. They know they can run back the underdog next turn. It's an effing land. It's a mother effing land. Come on. So we can't attack now. Otherwise, just lose on the crackback. Okay. So they might have us here. Underdog gets in for 3. 3 mana left open. That does it. 3 there. Probably still lethal. They have 1 mana open. Yeah, that's game. Very unfortunate. Wait. Yeah, they still just sack the thing and get there for lethal. So, that's game. Sack you. 3 damage to face. Yeah. Sad. Very sad. On the play, we can keep this. Land for turn. Orzhov. Flow of Knowledge. Okay. Expensive. We'll see if we get there. Mardu. You actually do not see that every day. So Mardu turn 3 is what? Like wedding announcement type stuff? Thirst and Iron Crag are similar. I think I'd rather just Thirst this turn. That you don't need to counter though. Let that one go. Alright, so the Mardu Angels. Great, I'll take land. Sure. So we can play Jin and Protect It against 1 spell. It's okay. It's about what we're here for. Alright, let's give it a go. Have the land, so we don't have protection anymore. Tap out for wedding announcement. Yeah, I will nab that. Okay, I think you're just looking to Flow of Knowledge here. And if we're going to do it regardless, I think you just go ahead and do it now. I don't think you need the Iron Crag at this point either. Okay. And hold Make Despair. That one gets to go, which is okay. Alright, nice. Main phase Thirst is okay with me. Get these terrors cheaper maybe. We don't have to discard land. I mean, this is all so good. How much of this can we actually play this turn though? I think you just keep digging for counterspells, really. Do you need the terrors to win? Do you need any of this to win? Not really. Land is really good, but we're gonna keep digging here. Maybe we can play out a terror. Sure. We'll do one more of these. Okay. Can play out a terror. Still hold Make Spear. Okay. Sack creatures, okay with me. Terror can go. Yeah, I guess that's fine to counter. Kind of puts our shields down, but we can draw more this turn. The swing all could look for lethal. It's possible to get up to 12, although that's quite a lot to ask for. Let's see what we hit here. No. Okay, we'll just take the counter then. Should be fine to play as land. Okay, don't need to overextend anymore, in case they magically have some sweeper that gets past Make Despair. That is a counter. We have the Make Despair. And probably the Scoop to go with it. Yep. Good game. On the play, we can try this. Up against Hard Drive. Golgari. Alright, ramp a little bit. Tear Asunder. Okay, you got it. Didn't see that one coming. Just Thirst this turn. Trespasser. Alright, well, let's not play our instant in response. We'll wait until this goes on the stack. Alright, now we'll Thirst. Yeah, he lands okay. I like the double Fading Hope. Chin and Fading Hope to protect against one removal spell. Not two, though. Okay. I think you block this. I don't think they have a pump spell. Glissa, sure. Bouncing Glissa doesn't seem super necessary. Will be annoying eventually. We have so many Fading Hopes to go, though. Maybe that is what we do here. It's not bad. We're not going to have to cast it this turn. Honestly, a land might be even better. For each island you control, yeah. Okay. I would rather an island here, actually. Nope. We can still Moment of Truth into an island and play Flow of Knowledge. I think that's what I really want to do. Just get super far ahead. No islands. Damn. Okay, we'll take the counter then. Graveyard Library. That's definitely unfortunate. We could bounce the Trespass if we really wanted to. Bin the other makes Fading Hope. Seems not correct. We'll just get in there. Down to 14. Backup Trespasser. Can't counter that one without sacking the Fairy. Keeps the graveyard pretty tidy, actually. It's interesting. Is it worth dropping off the Fairy? No, I guess you still hold on for... Go for the Throat. Does keep the graveyard very tidy, though. Jin is not swinging for a whole lot each turn. Yep. At least they're not gaining life, because there are no creatures down there. Alright, I think you island Flow of Knowledge right now. Draw a whole bunch. Discard maybe both islands, keep the rest of the fuel. Only swinging for 5 each turn. One is down to 9 though. Yeah, they keep the graveyard clean. Down to 11. Flesh Gorger. Okay, lifeling's an issue in general. Could bounce, you take 3. I don't hate that. We're looking to get lethal pretty soon. Moment of Truth's okay as well. And Graveyard Library. I think you bounce one of these guys. We're almost lethal. I don't think we can get there though. Can we? Technically you can if you use everything. But I don't think we need to do that. That's okay to draw. Okay, swing for 7. If you're really gutsy, you can counter your counters and then get up to 9 damage. That assumes they have absolutely nothing though. This is okay. We have lethal next turn. Scoop. Yeah. All right, good game. On the draw with the fairy, we'll keep this. Mono black. Reckoner rated. Alright, opponent could be pretty aggressive here. Might have to Fading Hope bounce something early. It's our only protection spell in hand so far for the Jhin, though. Rakdos. Boss part 2, okay. Down to 17 already. And here, probably just looking at a moment of truth. Bouncing these things isn't awful, but isn't great. Down to 16. Liliana, sack a creature. Okay, I think you just let that one go. You don't really want to play the Jhin unprotected, though. You're going to want the counter eventually. Yeah, put you into the graveyard. Well, do you slam the Jhin or wait one more turn? Probably gotta wait one more turn here. So I guess we're just thirsting. Not ideal. Means Liliana can plus and then minus next turn, which is not great. I think you eat it. That's interesting. I mean, we can just bounce that then. We don't really need to thirst just yet. Sure. Do I need more of you? It's not awful. Yep, returns. Could counter it this time. I think that's okay. We have the Fading Hopes. Okay. Well, we've seen most of their deck so far. I guess you've been either the Fading Hope or the Thirst. So next turn they'll minus. We'll Fading Hope in response. They'll replay the Jhin. They get drawn to another removal spell. Thirst is so good though. Okay, here's the Jhin. Hold Fading Hope for the minus off of Liliana, and then hope that's enough. Another land. Go for the minus. We'll go for the Fading Hope. See what that last card is. It's not removal. Don't need land. The drawing it guarantees you keep 2 cards off the Thirst. We can't Thirst this coming turn anyway if we want to replay the Jhin. Down to 12. Land regardless. You don't have to slam the Jhin here. You could Thirst instead. Lightning Strike face, that's their last card. I think I'd rather keep the land. Discard 2 Considers. Hold to make the spear for something you have to deal with, like a Sheldred. I think you let that go. Not like we can counter anyway. Down to 6, extremely low at this point. Okay. Opponent also has 26 life to play with, and these things have menace. So we're about to take 4 here. And then you need a heroic comeback. That's 1 to the face. I mean, you have to counter it, but that's game. Even more just rolling mist isn't enough. Alright, good game. On the play with Consider, we'll keep this. Alright, land for turn. Opponent seems to have taken the mulligan to 6. Well, if it is 5 colors, we just want land here. Not land. There's land. Okay. Five colors. Here we go. We'd love to have a draw spell, but we don't have it yet. Slamming the Jhin into anything does not seem good. They get to migrate, and we're praying we just top deck the land. It's not that high probability though. Draw spell wouldn't be bad either, but we're not in as advantageous a position as we'd like to be. Okay, another tap land. They tap out here, which is interesting. Easily can counter this. Is that worth the counter? I think it's okay. We hit the land. That's absolutely massive. That's lucky right there. Didn't deserve that. Running 20-ish land in the deck. We just happen to hit it. It's pretty big. Okay, so they can have binding, which they go for now. But they let us untap. So we can Fading Hope here instead. We don't have the land. We can try to hit the next land. Alright. That's good. We'll keep that. Then we can Jin and redeploy. Keep it safe against Sunfall. Redeploy the Jin. Hold Make Spear. Can also fade something out if needed. If they go land Sunfall, we nab them. They might run back the same trick. They do. So we can march you. For X equals 1. Nice. I guess they just top decked that? They didn't go for 2 on the same turn, last turn. Alright, that's all we got though. It's interesting. Exile cards from the top of your library to exile 2 non-land cards meant to be 4 or less. That's not that scary. You may cast one of those 2 cards without paying the mana costs. Then maybe they attack this thing later. I mean, we'll counter it, but did not expect that. So they get a free Invasion of Zendikar or something? Land. Alright, we'll hold on to that one. Okay, so you get a Search for Knowledge. Flow of Knowledge? No, whatever the 3 mana was. Thirst for Discovery? Yeah, that one. Sure. You don't even really have to counter that, but I guess 7 lifelink back and forth is pretty bad. We just make disappear all the way down. We're being spoon-fed by this deck. Like, Mono Blue is the worst nightmare for this deck, because all their stuff is just this crazy, powerful, expensive stuff. And, I don't think we can get lethal this turn. Sunfall for 5. Yeah, we could sack a fairy, for example. I think you can play all this out here. So even if they Sunfall, we can casualty something. Put a creature... Yeah, we just... Oh, dude, this is the worst nightmare for that deck. Yeah, you just can't... You can't do anything. All your big stuff just gets countered by 2 mana, 1 mana counter spells. Not fair. On the play with Consider, we can keep this. Just try to hit more land. Green. Alright, we'll take that. And the next land for turn. Okay, I guess we'll take even more land. Yeah, I mean, that's a limiting factor right now in the strategy. Cool. One more turn of do nothing. Herd Migration. Aha, interesting. Did not expect that. So in general, we should do pretty well against this deck because everything they have is big and expensive. So we have any counters. Should be okay. But there's Selesnya. They don't appear to be 5-color Atraxa, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, so they can go for Ossify. Evasion of Zendikar. Yeah, I think you can counter that. It's okay with me. Only have 2 left though, so it needs to be probably a bit more judicious going forward. 4 Hold Open, Fading Hope, and Make Spear. I think we'll go for it. Down to 20. Sunfall, counter that. Now we're really getting low on stuff. We do have March though. I think you hold the land here. Swing for 9, plan to march our stuff against the next sweeper. Tap land, Sunfall Part 2. Archangel. Okay. They cannot kick it though, so we just bounce it and win. Okay, I think you cast this last spell just to make sure you get up to 11, and then you just swing for lethal. Good game, up we go. Alright, welcome to the post-game chit-chat, I guess. I don't really know what the format is for this yet. We're still kind of figuring it out, but yeah, we're just gonna go through some of these comments and hang out and see what's good with you guys. Comment number 1. Hi, Dr. Ruckus. I don't know if you were aware, but the man-land abilities trigger on attack, not activation. Means you can power Fortress up with Ren, attack and still proc and gain the drain. That is pretty sweet. I did not realize that, and that's very cool. That makes me want to play a more Ren-centered deck with maybe like 6 of those creature lands in there and just power them up and attack and get the triggers. I'll have to go back through them. I haven't thought about them a whole lot other than like auto-include 2 of them in control decks with 26 lands. To kind of close out the game, but yeah, that's very cool. Thank you for sharing. If you animate Eldraine land, yeah, still works. Good, glad you like the deck. Ooh, I really like the Presidential Magic game. Could you do that with anime or movie characters? Dude, you have no idea. I actually was really excited to work more on that, and I did. I probably spent between 20 and 40 hours on another project like that, although not with presidents. It's really time consuming to edit that stuff. And then I tried to outsource it to an editor and it ended up costing enough money that I kind of ditched the whole project. If I could find someone who would edit for cheap and also spoke English really well, that would be a great intersection to have for that kind of project. I would like to revisit it. It's just very time consuming to do myself or expensive to pay someone else to do. But I did think the concept was very cool and I'll probably revisit it at some point, but I don't know. I got other things going on right now, but cool. Glad you liked it. I would like to do it again at some point. Good news. Oh yeah, this is yeah, the dude played a hexproof card in his Golgari pile. Blew me out of the water with that. I didn't feel that good. Hey, thanks, man. Glad to be back. If you guys are weirdos, it's comment section of a YouTube video. It's kind of expected. So far, we're 2 for 2. This is day number 2. Everyone's been pretty chill. So yeah, let's keep that up. I think that's pretty good. Cool deck, add game sound or something. There is game sound. This is kind of an interesting thing that pisses me off to no end. If I listen to these videos on my iPhone with any kind of headphones on, it sounds great. I can hear my voice very clearly, can hear the music in the background and the gameplay, you know, audio effects and stuff very clearly. But if I listen to it on anything without headphones, almost none of that comes through and I only just hear my voice. So I don't know if you're like a sound engineer genius, you want to tell me how to fix that, go ahead. But right now it sounds good with headphones on, so I'm leaving it as is unless someone has better ideas. Are you still using your computer program in your first video to draft these decks, right? Well, this was not my first video. This was like my 300th video or something. No, not at all. Yeah, that was a massive effort. That's not really sustainable by any means, especially on top of like a full-time job and everything else. So yeah, I haven't touched it since then, basically. In order for me to touch it again, I would basically need to not work a full-time software engineering job and do this instead, which is not in the cards immediately. If you want to like and subscribe and get these view counts up, we could look at that. But yeah, that was like a very special thing I did that took a ton of effort. And in order to come home from a full day of software engineering and then continue to code for fun, it takes like a special kind of spark. And right now I'm focusing on other things that I enjoy doing. I'm glad I did it, but I'm not doing it right now. I think it'd be very fun to revisit, but basically I need to do this full time and then just have a bunch of free time to work on it, which I think would be sweet, but I have not touched it since then. Love the comment. Since you live in Switzerland, do you speak German or French? No. In theory, I would take German or Swiss German lessons, but I just don't have enough time with, you know, the hobbies in my life or the things that take up my life are exercise, work, this, daily videos, and then basically socialization, either dating or friends, and then traveling or hiking on the weekend. So that's enough. That's a full plate. I think it'd be awesome to take German, but it's just not in the cards right now. Obligatory comment. Thank you very much. Are you actually a doctor? No. I feel kind of guilty about this. It's because I'm not trying to fool anyone. It just happens to be a nickname from university. Dr. Ruckus is a nickname. So that's just what I named the channel. And then once people assumed I was a doctor because of the computer science video, I was like, oh, I'm not trying to fool anyone, but it's just a nickname that I named their channel like any other arbitrary channel name. So no, I'm not a doctor, although I do have an engineering degree. Nice to have a comment section. I suggest you only do it when there's sufficient meaningful comments only. Yeah, I feel this. We'll see. I think today's pretty chill. I like the pacing of it, and I think if if there are 1,000 comments that are like, hey, we appreciate you, thanks for the video, I don't need to read through all those, but today seemed pretty chill. So yeah, we'll see. We'll give this a try for a week, see how it goes. But that's all for today. If you stuck it out to the end, thank you. Feel free to like, comments, of course, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.